So, with the world currently on fire,
This is fine.
Disney went ahead and dropped Frozen 2 on Disney Plus early to help us all pass the time. And also to help them cover up the fact they just fucked over all their park workers, especially international students who are basically stranded with no way to safely get home and going without pay and benefits. But the mega corporation's gonna do what the mega corporation's gonna do, am I right? But to talk about this movie specifically, I was rather surprised by the mixed to negative response online. I went in with low expectations, especially considering I'm kinda mixed on the first Frozen movie anyway, but I can confidently say that after 3 watches, I still adore this film and vastly prefer it to its predecessor. I prefer the story, its pacing, its setting, the new character arcs, and especially Frozen 2's core theme of change. Really, Frozen 2 is about how the status quo that you've grown so comfortable in might not be the best, either for you or for the people you love who you desperately want to cling to. However you feel about the implementation of the elemental spirits or Kristoff's odd role in the story, I feel this theme and how it's conveyed through Elsa and Anna's stories is what really makes this movie into the heartfelt piece of ruin my fucking life for a 4th time please that it's probably turned into before I even released this video. The 5th time will probably be with, not wine, because I don't like alcohol, but some form of cope food. Quarantine life is crazy, okay? Even Olaf is more important this time around, but we'll get there in a little bit. First, let's talk about how Elsa and Anna represent the different extreme reactions towards a crisis threatening to change your whole world, with Elsa embracing the change and Anna resisting it. For Anna, life in Arendelle could not be more perfect. The gates are open wide, the people are happy, she's got Kristoff, and she and Elsa are closer than ever. The song Some Things Never Change really serves to establish the normalcy that's about to be disrupted, and how Anna in particular is clinging to that and truly believes this is happily ever after. During the song, everything around Anna contradicts her lyrics, almost as if the universe itself is trying to show her that nothing is permanent, despite how badly she wishes things would stay not happy, but comfortable.
Do you ever worry about the notion that nothing is permanent?
No.
Well, you should, baby girl, because the inciting incident is on its way and it ain't holding back. Anna represents an instinctive fear of change. She's worked so hard to get to a place where she's comfortable with her sister and friends, and anything that might threaten that is immediately going to make her defensive. She doesn't seem to fully realize that maybe her sister isn't as happy or comfortable in her role as Queen of Arendelle as she might hope. It never occurs to her because, well, Elsa has basically put up a front for everyone else, especially Anna, that things are fine. Even though...
Your Majesty, they're ready.
Excuse me. I'm coming.
Yeah. And once they get to the Enchanted Forest, Anna is constantly trying to stay close to Elsa, even when it's clear Elsa knows what she's doing and can handle herself. Anna nearly suffocates as Bruni, the fire spirit, rages on, and has to be carried off by Kristoff so Elsa can quell the blaze. And when Bruni is about to lead Elsa to the mysterious siren further north, Anna stops her before she can proceed.
You could have been killed. You can't just follow me into fire.
You don't want me to follow you into fire, then don't run into fire.
This continues once they learn about their parents' grim fate. Anna is right in that Elsa is a blessing for Iduna, a Northuldren, saving the Arendellian Prince Ognar, but immediately when it becomes clear that Elsa has to cross the Dark Sea, Anna demands to be taken along despite the fact she would fucking die. Here, Elsa was in the right for pushing Anna away, and later on this is further proven by the fact it's Anna who has to break the dam to end the curse and set things right. Sometimes the people you love have to go on their journeys alone. It doesn't mean that you'll never see them again, but it is an important but difficult lesson to learn. They save the day together, but they have almost entirely separate paths to get to that endpoint. Not enough people appreciate The Next Right Thing. It is easily the most underrated song of the movie, and when you boil it down, it's Anna's version of Show Yourself. She was afraid of losing everything she desperately clung to at the start of the film, and her worst fears came true. She lost everything and everyone and was completely alone.
Just when you think you found your way, life will throw you onto a new path. Take it one step at a time, and...
do the next right thing.
yeah, you got it.
But still, she kept moving forward. Like you've lost the people you were living for. You have to carry on. You have to pull yourself up and keep going. As they say,
when one can see no future, all one can do is the next right thing.
you take things one step at a time and find your new way forward from there. It's hard, it's grueling, and for a long time it can seem pointless, but it is worth it, and not just for the people you loved, but for yourself. Olaf even seems to be a kind of manifestation of Anna's anxieties. He's far more serviceable as the incarnation of the sisters' bond, but he's also Anna's terror of losing Elsa and her deep-seated fear of change. Like, Olaf spends the entire movie going through existential despair, and basically says the Enchanted Forest is a
Place of transformation. I can't wait to see what it's gonna do to each one of us.
when the group first enters and once the forest is freed.
This is fine.
This is literally all of us going through the coronavirus right now, and it's just... Ah! While Anna resisted change for most of the movie, Elsa represents a more instinctive allure towards the prospect. She feels in her gut that something is not right, something is missing. She may pretend things are okay for fear of upsetting the people around her or destroying the comfortable lives they've all established, but that can't last forever, especially if it is making you unhappy. As Cinema Wins points out in his fantastic video about the movie, seriously go watch it, Cinema Wins is a national treasure, Into the Unknown is fantastic because it gets Elsa from resisting her call to action to embracing that call and causing the inciting incident. The spirits awakening and forcing everyone to head north for the Enchanted Forest. Throughout their journey, Elsa is the one to tame each of the spirits, leading to discoveries of the past that are integral to figuring out the mystery of why the mist fell over the forest. She's willing to do what she needs to find the fifth spirit and find the voice, and when it becomes clear Anna's just going to keep holding her back, Elsa sends her away not out of spite, but because it's the only way to do what must be done and to protect her. In a way, Elsa taming Nock and crossing the Dark Sea is her conquering the grief and self-loathing born from the discovery of Ognar and Iduna's fate. I mean, Nock kinda was the one to kill them, given their ship sank in the Dark Sea, so awkward. But it's a great sequence in pretty much every sense, especially for Elsa's arc. And show yourself?
You are the one you've been waiting for.
Holy shit, what an amazing resolution to Elsa's arc of trying to find the reason why she was born with magic. The answer is, she doesn't need external validation. She's told by her mother to embrace her power and that she doesn't need someone else to justify her nature. And this is an amazing message, and top that off with the fact that she ends the movie without needing a romance. I mean, like, of course, we gays totally ship her with Honeymarin, but of course Disney gives us LeFou in the Beauty and the Beast remake, kinda, and then expects that to be enough. But what can you do besides hate the profit motive just a bit more? But Elsa ends the movie happy. She has finally accepted who she is and embraced that, and now she's in a place where she doesn't need to hold back her magic ever again. Arendelle just wasn't the right place for her, and what I love is that she and Anna are still close and visit each other regularly, but their paths have diverged, and that's okay. That's great even, because now they're both exactly where they need to be truly happy. Frozen 2 is a wonderful story about how terrifying change can be. You don't need a villain or antagonist because oftentimes life is enough of a one. Sometimes you think you're happy where you are, but a crisis comes along and takes that all away. It leaves you shocked, in denial, desperately wanting to find a way to get back to the status quo you were so comfortable in. But most of the time, there is no going back, because that wasn't the right life for you. If Frozen 2 can teach us anything, it's that sometimes people grow apart, people change, and that's not on any of us. So if life comes along and punches your heart in the dick, it's okay to take some time to grieve and process things. But once you're able, you have to stand up and do the next right thing. You have to claw your way towards the light, no matter how much it hurts, or how long it takes, or how pointless it seems. Because once you do, you'll find something that truly makes you happy, and is right for you and the people you love. Oh, and you might also erase the bigoted actions of your racist piece of shit grandfather while also calling him out on his bigotry. Holy shit, we've come a long way since the both sides-ing days of Pocahontas. And while I am no expert on the subject and would prefer to stay in my lane, best believe I very much loved that aspect of societal and systemic change and reparations as well. Anyways, if you enjoyed that video and would like to see more content like this from me, then you can not only subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications because YouTube hates creators, but also consider supporting me if you're willing and able, pledging your support over on Patreon. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a gay as fuck revolution in the midst of coronavirus, which might result in a workers' revolution. Oh god.